In the distant reaches of the Andromeda expanse, where stars flickered like dying embers, tales of a long-extinct species circulated through alien taverns and war councils alike. They were spoken of in hushed tones. Humans, most considered the story's old war myths, fables whispered to frighten unruly hatchlings or rally failing fleets. They spoke of creatures of flesh and bone who dared defy empires and gods. The archivists of Kaltor held only fragmented records, brief encounters, dead languages, scorched battlefields. No confirmed sightings in over 4,000 galactic cycles. If they ever existed, said High Chancellor Dravix, they've long since burned themselves out, like all primitives do. But not everyone agreed. Deep within the intelligence cores of the Zalari Dominion, Admiral Kfor stared at a strange signal his spies intercepted. It was encrypted, ancient, and unmistakably Terran. This frequency, he muttered. No one uses it anymore. No one, but he didn't finish the sentence. He didn't need to. His command center went silent. Somewhere in the black, beyond even the reach of the Dominion's farthest probes, something stirred on the border world of Veltraxis. 9. A mining colony blinked off the grid. No distress signal. No survivors. Just static. The Triarch Council dismissed it as pirates. Unfortunate, they said, but irrelevant. Then a patrol ship found the colony or what was left of it, buildings reduced to slag. Defense turrets melted into bedrock, but not a single body found. Who could do this without a trace? Whispered Commander Zelek. His chitin trembling .1 answer haunted every officer present. Humans. Long ago, they'd warred against the Tyrates swarm and won. Alone, they'd sunk a moon into the heart of the Obsidian conglomerate's capital planet just to send a message, and then, suddenly, they disappeared. Without warning. Without legacy. As if they'd walked off the galactic stage. Perhaps they ascended, suggested theologians. Or destroyed themselves, claimed skeptics. But a few believed something else. They're waiting, said rogue historian Cale Varn. And when they return, the galaxy will burn. His words were dismissed as madness, until the second signal came that it was a simple message, broadcast in over 4,000 languages, both living and extinct. We remember. Panic rippled through the galactic core. Alliances held emergency councils. Empires deployed scouts. And somewhere, beyond the veil of stars, someone watched. The Dominion dispatched a stealth cruiser to investigate the source. It never returned. Its last transmission was one word: humanity. 1,000 systems went on red alert. Borders closed. Merchant lanes rerouted. War fleets rearmed. Still, many believed it to be a hoax, until the sky cracked open over Ralphus Prime. Witnesses described it as a tear in space, jagged and glowing blue, from which came vessels unlike any seen before. They bore no emblems. Their hulls were black as void, silent and monstrous. The first ship moved without propulsion, drifting as if space itself parted for it. Unknown vessel, identify. Barked the Ralphisian Admiral, no response. Just a low hum, barely perceptible, vibrating across the planet's crust. Then came a voice, ancient, distorted, unmistakably human. We warned you. We watched you. Now we return. The transmission ended, and every orbital defense platform around Ralphus Prime shut down, simultaneously. No hacking. No battle. Just surrender. The alien fleets scrambled, firing upon the unknown ship in panic. Their weapons never landed. Every shot was intercepted mid-air, disintegrated into light, in retaliation. The black ship deployed a single sphere, a shimmering orb. When it touched the surface of Ralphus Prime, time froze. Entire cities suspended mid-motion. After 30 seconds, it ended. The orb vanished. The planet's leaders were gone. Not dead. Not taken. Simply removed from existence. All that remained were the children and the old. The message was clear. Innocents would be spared, but those in power would not. The Council of 11 convened in crisis. If they're truly human, said Emissary GRRX, then we face extinction. We must communicate, said another. Sue for peace. But the humans weren't interested in diplomacy. They didn't respond to hails. They didn't negotiate. They judged that on the fringes of the galaxy, the artificial minds of the synth conclave tried to interface with them. The result? Every AI in the network crashed, The code they received wasn't a virus. It was a truth, so profound it unraveled their logic cores. They spoke to our souls, whispered the last functioning synth before it shut down. The human fleet kept moving, system to system, empire to empire. They didn't attack unless provoked. But they always left a mark, that a satellite orbiting a gas giant. A new moon suddenly appearing. A monument made of unknown metal etched with one word. Remember that on the planet Karash, a human appeared in a marketplace. Alone. No armor. No escort, that he was tall, clad in matte gray armor that shimmered like liquid. The locals watched in awe. "What are you?" they asked. He simply replied, "We are what you made us." Within minutes, he vanished. And the marketplace was covered in flowers native to Earth. Botanists were baffled. "These plants are extinct," they said. "Earth died," said a historian. "The humans must be ghosts." But ghosts don't leave craters. The Gorvek Empire challenged the fleet, confident in their quantum war cannons. The battle lasted 42 seconds. When it ended, the Gorvek homeworld was missing a continent, not glassed, not bombed, just erased. For every show of power, the humans sent a single phrase across the stars: "We do not seek war, but we are war." The galaxy trembled. The Mercantile Guild offered tribute, credits, worlds, slaves. The humans responded by freeing every enslaved species and burning the slaver fleets. They sent a message: you cannot buy absolution. The Kultar theocracy claimed the humans were demons. They launched a holy crusade. Their ships never reached human space. Instead, the stars over their home system turned red for one day, and their god statue wept blood. Billions abandoned the faith overnight. Only the old races remembered the first time humans came, the silent ones. The Watchers of the Deep. They emerged for the first time in millennia. "They return as they promised," whispered the Watchers, "to finish what was started." In ancient glyphs, they told of a forgotten war. When the galaxy united to enslave Earth, the humans had fought back and vanished to heal, to evolve. Now they returned, not as conquerors, but as consequences. The oracles of KYRR deciphered a long-lost Terran AI core that IT spoke of memory, vengeance, hope, and pain. "We were betrayed," it said, "and we endured. We are humanity. The long night is over." On the Galactic net, a video began to circulate. Leaked from somewhere near the fleet, IT showed Earth, not as ruins, but reborn: green fields, blue oceans, cities in the sky. They rebuilt it, whispered a Zentari child. They brought it back. Scientists confirmed the unthinkable. Earth had been terraformed again by human hands, and orbiting it were 10,000 ships. Silent, watching. The humans didn't conquer. They liberated. The Malron cartel collapsed when their planets were freed. Refugees found food, medicine, and safety aboard human carriers. "They treat us better than our own rulers," said a trembling refugee. Children once taught that humans were monsters now played with human AI toys. Then, suddenly, the fleet stopped. One system away from the galactic capital. Billions held their breath. Would the humans strike? Would they judge? Then came the broadcast out of face. "Human, scarred, eyes like fire. You hunted us. You burned our world. You erased our name. And still we returned. We bring no war, but we bring truth. The galaxy is broken, corrupt, twisted. We will not rule you, but we will show you what you could be." Across 1,000 worlds, infrastructure began to shift. Energy flowed freely. Hunger disappeared. Weapons turned to tools. The humans gave without asking, taught without preaching. They didn't demand loyalty, only change. "Learn," their emissaries said, "or be left behind." Some resisted. Some clung to power. They vanished, not killed, transported to a place beyond time. "Let them reflect," the humans said, slowly, grudgingly. The galaxy began to transform, not through fear, but through awe. The humans never stayed. They helped, then moved on. Like wind over ancient stone, they shaped the stars anew. And in their wake, they left one message, etched across the surface of every liberated world: we are humanity. Remember us not with fear, but with fire. Among the stars, silence followed in their wake. An unnatural stillness where even the most war-hardened fleets dared not tread. But in the capital chambers of the galactic triumvirate, Silence was a luxury they no longer had. Arguments erupted. Some called for unconditional surrender. Others wanted retaliation. "We must preserve dignity," roared Chancellor Vrass. "Dignity," spat Ambassador Thales. "Against the ones who rewrote physics?" But the humans weren't listening. They had turned their gaze inward, focusing on lost colonies, forgotten species, and ancient wrongs on the dead world of Therion 4. They resurrected extinct flora in a day that on the scarred moons of Orvex. They rebuilt atmospheres with technology unseen before. These were not conquerors. These were architects of restoration. The galactic public began to question everything. "Why did we ever fear them?" asked a child in a hollow interview. "They heal." And still, the old powers clung to fear. Secret coalitions formed, aiming to create weapons equal to human might. They failed. Catastrophically, Point 1 experiment tore a hole in local space-time, consuming half a star system. Humanity responded, not with violence, but assistance. Their ships arrived, stabilized the tier, and left without a word. "They saved the people who tried to destroy them," said one stunned scientist. And somewhere, quietly, a myth became a truth. Humans weren't gods. They weren't demons. They were something else entirely. Survivors. Architects of their own evolution. On the edge of known space. They built the Nexus Gate, a construct of impossible size. 10 planets in width, humming with transdimensional energy. No one knew what it was for. Only that it pointed away from the galaxy. "They're leaving," some whispered. "Going somewhere else." But not before they finished what they came to do. On every world where injustice reigned, they brought light. On every planet where tyranny ruled, they brought choice. They uplifted species thought inferior, educated those left behind. And to every galactic child, they gave a gift, a single, personalized AI seeded with all human knowledge. These AIs did not control. They taught. And within decades, education soared. War declined. Harmony grew. The Galactic Senate, once a theater of conflict, became a forum for unity. "This is their final act," said Elder Felix of the Marnari. "Not conquest, but example." For the first time in 5,000 cycles, the galaxy began to resemble peace. And the humans? They watched, quietly, always present, yet never imposing. When questioned, they'd smile and say, "We remember being broken. We won't let it happen again." But even as the galaxy healed, new questions emerged. Who led them? Who commanded this vast human fleet? No single name ever surfaced. No throne. No crown. "We lead ourselves," said one captain. "We learn the price of blind allegiance." One day, a curious historian dared ask the fleet, "What do you call yourselves now?" The reply was simple, "The remnants of Earth." But there was no sorrow in the name. Only pride. Earth, once reduced to ash, now shone like a beacon at the heart of their civilization. Its sky cities floated in peace. Its oceans sparkled with life never seen before. Pilgrims from across the galaxy came to see it, but none were allowed to land. "It is not a tourist monument," the humans said. "It is a grave and a promise." One alien poet wrote, "They lost everything, yet gave everything back." In hushed tones, the other species began to call them something else. The Guardians. The humans never accepted the title, but never denied it either. Point one day, without warning, the Nexus Gate activated. A beam of light shot across the stars, illuminating systems untouched for eons. Point one by one, the ships of humanity entered it. Silently, majestically, billions watched the broadcast. Not one ship veered off course. The remnants of Earth were leaving. Panic surged. "Where are you going?" leaders asked. A final message came, broadcast across every known frequency. "Our duty here is done. The galaxy is yours. Do better. Be better. Remember what we were and what you can become." Then, one by one, the black ships vanished into the gate. Explosion. No war cry. Just light and silence. The gate remained. But it never opened again. Centuries passed. Peace endured. Technology advanced, guided by the human blueprints left behind. And Earth? It stayed untouched. Sacred. Guarded by silent drones that allowed no trespass. Children born after the departure still asked, "Will they ever return?"